Hi, welcome back to the Double Deck Garage. If you saw my recent Toyota RAV4 Quackie, you might remember that the alternator was putting out about 19.5 volts and that it fried the controls for the windscreen wipers. We got all that fixed. It's got a new regulator and a new relay fitted. I've now found another problem, and I'm battling to get this in for its MOT, and what I found is that the indicators aren't working. I've removed this from the driver's footwell and dismantled it. Does look like it's just a good old-fashioned flashy unit, completely self-contained. Doesn't look as though there's anything else in the circuitry that's actually generating the on-off pulses. Looks like it does it itself. It's a basic timer and relay by the looks of it. Very simple, should be a nice easy fix. Just replace this, job done. That's rather handy. I wasn't expecting this until Monday, so I'm going to go and plug it in and see how my troubleshooting skills have worked out this time. They're a bit dodgy at the best of times, but hopefully this is a fairly simple one. I'm actually quite surprised that hasn't worked. I was quite confident that that was going to be the issue. I'm trying really hard not to do diagnosis by swapping bits. Like I say, I was pretty confident. Thankfully it only cost 13 quid. Obviously got it wrong, so back to the drawing board and more importantly back to the diagrams. Right, so my best interpretation of the diagram is that we have plus 12 volts coming down to a fuse, and then that's going to come down to part of the indicator switch, okay, and that is then going to go off to the flasher, which is obviously going to create the on-off pulse. It looks like we have a connection off to the dashboard just for the dash lights. Kind of look a little bit like that. In order for it to know which one to turn on, it's going to go via the indicator switch again. So I don't know, it's going to be something like probably more kind of something more like that, I think, and then that's going to sort of switch between the two. It's going to come back down to the switch and again go off to the bulbs, or it could equally go off to this one and off to the other bulbs, and then they go off down to earth, a bit like that. This looks to be a pretty simple circuit, and if I've understood this correctly and drawn it out correctly, there's only really a couple of parts of this that can be the problem. One is the flasher relay itself, and that's been replaced. I will work on the assumption that I've not been sold a duff one. The other thing that I want to look at is, or are, the bulbs. Didn't occur to me before that maybe all 4 bulbs have been blown out all at the same time. This bulb was blown. So maybe I've made a mistake of looking for a common denominator, i.e. the thing in the middle, the flashing relay, rather than actually looking at the individual broken components. But yeah, 4 bulbs all going at the same time normally wouldn't happen, but then thinking about it, 19.5, 20 volts through the bulbs, that would probably be enough to blow them. So I'm going to put a replacement bulb in, and then I'm just going to turn the right indicators on and see if this flashes. Oh well, look at that. It's only got 1 bulb in, so it's flashing too quickly. So, well, if 1 bulb's gone, chances are it's the rest as well. So I can probably whip those out, double check them and change them, and touch wood, finally, after the first misdiagnosis, got it sorted. Yeah, that one's blown as well. That one's blown as well.